right. Hello, everyone. It's great to have you in today's class. Thank you so much for joining us. You're highly welcome. You're highly welcome. You're highly welcome. I believe you're with your writing materials. I believe you're with your writing sources. I believe you're with your phones, your laptops, your pen, and paper. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Today we are handling a very interesting topic. Don't be left behind. "20 Google search tricks everyone should know." Don't be left behind. 20 Google search tricks everyone should know. All right, so get ready to have fun. I believe you'll be hearing often being said, Google is your friend. Google is your friend. That means that Google is one interesting platform where you can get so much answers. It's a very interesting platform where you can learn, where you can get empowered, you can even get solution to a lot of things that affect you. And in today's fast-paced digital world, information is at our fingertips, but finding what you need quickly can be a challenge. That's why we put together today's webinar for every one of us so that we can gain the knowledge and the skills to become a Google Search Pro. So over the next few minutes, we are going to transform the way you search online. So get ready, good people, to save time, to boost your productivity, and to discover new information like never before. If you're ready, put in the chat box, I am ready. If you're ready, put in the chat box, I am ready. You're highly welcome to today's session. Okay, before that, let's start with our mantra. This mantra is just a reminder that we are not a common man, that we are uncommon. It's safe to remind us always that we are uncommon. So let's go there. Interesting book, Common Sense. People say common sense is no more common. I don't know how true, but we can choose to be people of common sense. And this is a book written in 1776 by Thomas Paine. So let's take it together, good people. I do not choose to be a common man. It's my right to be uncommon. If I can, I seek opportunity, not security. I do not wish to be a kept citizen, humbled and dulled by having the state look after me. I want to take the calculated risk, to dream and to build, to fail and to succeed. I refuse to barter incentive for a dole. I prefer the challenges of life to the guaranteed existence, the thrill of fulfillment to the stale calm of utopia. I will not trade freedom for beneficence, nor my dignity for a handout. I will never cower before any master, nor bend to any trait. It is my heritage to stand erect, proud and unafraid, to think and act for myself, to enjoy the benefit of my creations, and to face the world boldly and say, this, with God's help, I have done. Can we take the last stanza together? It is my heritage to stand erect, proud and unafraid, to think and act for myself, to enjoy the benefits of my creations, and to face the world boldly and say, this, with God's help, I have done. You're highly welcome. You're highly, highly welcome. And it's so good having you today with us. So get set for a very empowering time together. Thank you. So back to our topic today. Don't be left behind. Don't be left behind. 20 Google search tricks everyone should know. Don't be left behind. 20 Google search tricks everyone should know. So let's take it one after the other. We are going to look at our topic one after the other. Let's look at it together. But before I look at the details, because today's class is going to be very practical, it's going to be very, very practical. So get ready to learn, to unlearn, and to relearn. So now, when we talk about Google, millions of people use Google. You know, millions of people use Google search every day for a variety of reasons. Students use it for school, business people use it for research, and millions more use it for entertainment. But most people may not be using Google search to its full potentials. And I believe you're here because you want your Google search to be more efficient and you want to get more results, quickly and faster. We are going to handle all of those today, all of those and much more today. I actually promised you 20, but because I love you, I appreciate you, I'm going to give you more than 20. Please put in the chat box how many I should give you. Put in the chat box. There's something here. They said Google knows everything. Do you want the weather forecast? Ask Google. Do you need directions to a particular place? Ask Google. Search Google. Do you have a rash on your skin? Are you feverish? Ask Google. Are you wondering why your dog won't stop eating grass? Google it, even though at your own risk. And in a fraction of a second, Google will give you links to hundreds, of millions of answers to your questions, ranging from helpful to absurd, But if you've ever clicked through to the second or third page, you will know that basic searches will only get you so far. That means you need advanced Google search tricks to find exactly what you're looking for. So let's quickly look at the tricks we will look at in today's class. We are going to look at all the tricks, then we will discuss them one after the other. But before then, what is an omnibar? What is an omnibox or Google search bar? Let me share my page. Let me share my screen. Hold on while I share my screen. Now, this is what we call an omnibar. This point, I believe you can see my mouse. Can you see where my mouse is? Can you see where my mouse is? That's what we call an omnibar. Now, what do you mean by an omnibar? Okay? It is that particular place that you can also type if you're searching on Google. Okay? It serves two functions. It's where you enter, or view a site web address, and it's where you can enter your search query. This is it. This is an omnibar, or you call it an omnibus. And then we also have what we call Google search bar. Please look at my mouse. This is Google search bar. This is a Google search bar. This is where we will do most of our job, and this is where you have been coming. So let's go back to our slide. I believe you've seen what is an omnibox or omnibar, and we've talked about the Google search bar. So let's look at the secrets we are going to uncover today. And after we look at these secrets, we are going to try them out one after the other. I believe you're ready to try it out with me. You're ready to try it out with me. Number one secret is that you can perform quick calculations with your Google. You can perform quick calculations with your Google. How do we do that? You can start even from simple calculations to your much more complex calculations, and even to your, I remember the graph, the sine, tangent and all of that. You can plot graph utilizing your Google knowledge. I think maybe let's take it up. Let's say I wanted to go through the options, and then we take it one after the other. So I'll turn on the music and then take the options together, to the last, and then we'll describe them one after the other. This is the extras, the extras. Okay, we have run through 40, not just 20 tricks you can perform with your Google. So let's share our page, our Google page right away and start learning each of these tricks. Okay, we are going to learn each of these tricks together. Let me share my, the first one is perform quick calculations. How do we perform quick calculations with Google? Let us do an example together. Let's start with simple maths. You can just do, let's say 58 times 4503. It has given us, just press enter. Let's try something else. Divided by, you're getting your answers immediately without a waste of time. Let's try something else, some other mathematics. I press enter and I'm getting it. I can get my radius, my degrees, convert to degrees, you know, to power your logs and tan. I believe you still remember your mathematics, good people. Google is right here to make it easy for you to do your calculations. So That is just one of it that we can do with Google. Your calculations. You can even do advanced calculations with Google. You know, you can graph functions. You can even plot graph, your sine and cosine and all of that. You can get it done on your Google. But because of time, I want you to try that out and let me know. I hope we've gotten value. Now let's try this again. Divided by enter, and you got your answer. Now let's look at number 2. Number 2 trick you can perform with your Google, which is perform quick data conversions. Perform quick data conversions. Let me share the slide again. Perform quick data conversions. That means with your Google, you can do some quick data conversion. What do you mean? If you're trying to figure out some things, like let's say your car speedometer, is displaying doesn't is displaying kilometers per hour or meters per hour, and you want to know which one is the best. I mean, as in, what quick calculation can you do with this? You can decide to do, okay, how many kilometers makes 1 hour? I mean, how do I put it now? How many hours can be achieved with this? What is equivalent of maybe 100 kilometers per hour to meters per hour? If you have no clue on how to convert one speed to another, Google has you covered, okay? Google has you covered. For instance, please hold on. Let me open my Google page. Hold on while I share my Google page. Because you want to perform quick data conversion. Let's quickly do something. Let's say 60 this to kilometers per hour. What do we have? It's telling us that 60 miles per hour is the same thing as 96.56 kilometers per hour. You can try that in so many ways. Let's try some, maybe 700. Okay, this is 70. So 70 is this, let's say 1,000 miles per hour is equivalent to what? You get it right straight up. So with your Google, you can actually perform quick data conversions. Now let's quickly look at number 3. You can also perform quick currency conversions. You can perform quick currency conversions. What do you mean by that? We'll soon try it out. Quick currency conversions. That's one of the things you can do with your Google. Now, let us practicalize it. Let's go back to our Google. Maybe you can say 10,000 naira to euro. If you look at the screen, even before I clicked on enter, it's already displaying it. That means you can convert, you can quickly know some currency conversions very fast. Let us say 10,000 USDT, you mean USD to euro. It's asking me, do I mean, that means it can correct me. This is what I'm getting. Even if you want to calculate for Bitcoin, calculate for crypto, it's going to give you such information. So you can do quick currency conversions with Google. You can say, oh, what's the area of this? What's the data transfer rate? For example, kilometers per second. I'm coming. You can check a whole lot. When it comes to currency conversion, you can do a whole lot. Now, we've talked about currency conversion. Now, let's look at number 4 on our slide. Let's share our slide number 4. Number 4 is that Google search has shortcuts. What do you mean by that? I may not practicalize in all, but as much as possible, I'll do that. I will explain as much as possible. Okay? If you find yourself searching for the same thing over and over, you can create shortcuts in your Google Chrome bar, your Google Chrome, to trigger that search with a very few keystrokes. For instance, you can use sites, to find a whole lot. That means that with Google search, with Google Chrome, you can create shortcuts. You can create shortcuts. How do you do that? You say you click the 3 dots that are marked at the navigation bar and click settings. When you do that, you now be able to set your shortcut to maybe sites that you view often. You'll be able to achieve that. Now let's look at number 4 on our, number 5 trick that we can perform with our Google. You can find the dates of upcoming holidays. You can find the dates of upcoming holidays. Okay? How do you do that? When you're not sure, okay, of a specific day that a specific holiday falls, what do? Just enter holiday and the year to find out. Holiday, the place, and the year. So let's practicalize this right away. Let me share my screen. Let's say Nigerian holidays 2024. Can you look? It's already showing us holidays in 2024. New Year, Labor Day, October 1, March, June, December. So you can be able to, determine dates for upcoming holidays anywhere you are. Let us say Persian holidays. Persian holidays 2024 is giving us the different holidays, different Persian holidays 2024. Let us say Ghana. It's giving the different holidays that it's, in 2024, the New Year's Day, Easter, Founders Day, Independence Day, March 6th, Labor Day, Farmers Day, Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Day. So, an interesting thing with your Google is that you can get to know when upcoming holidays are coming. Now let's go back to our slide and see the next thing that we can do with our Google. You can compare flight costs with your Google. Okay, with your Google, you can compare flight costs. You can compare flight costs. How do you do that? Maybe you want to compare flight costs for, multiple multiple airlines. You can do that. You can compare. So we are going to test run two things at once: comparing flight costs and comparing the different flights that maybe apply a particular location. So we look at the two together. You can calculate travel distances too. You can calculate travel distances. Google will display flight options at the top of your search results. Now, so let's quickly look at this. Let me share my Google slide. Okay, before I share my Google slide, the next slide here is after comparing flight costs, calculate travel distances. Calculate travel distances. Now, let us check. Let us share our slide, our Google page. Right now, I'm in, let's say, Uyo to Lagos. Uyo to Lagos. Have you seen? It has given me flight schedule for Uyo to Lagos. I only typed Uyo to Lagos. Have seen flight schedule from air, the timing, APs, and all of that. Let us say, where should I use now? Abuja to maybe Kano. Okay, it's giving me flight schedules. Now, look at this, good people. It's giving me flight schedule. Now, see where my mouse is. There are options here by road. Is it distance I'm looking for? Is it flight? Is it by train, transport, bus, APs, and all of that? If I click by road, it's going to give me this now. It's going to give me a kind of map telling me that it will take 5 hours, 59 minutes via Kaduna Road, Zaria Road. Okay, do I want to search by ticket price? Okay, let's go back. By distance, I can search by distance, which we have done. 6 hours, 15 minutes. I can search by flights. These are the flight schedules you've seen. And all of that. By time, let's search by time. That's the flight time now is 1 hour. Exactly 1 hour. You can check by train, by bus, by transport. This means that you can do a lot more with your Google. Now let's do more. You said you can calculate travel distances. What more can you do? Spelling doesn't necessarily matter. There are times you said you don't need your spelling to be correct to get it right when you're searching on Google. That's another trick. Anytime you type on something, Google will try to tell you, is it this, is it that? It picks it up and gets you bright. Now let's look at the next one. Number 9, you can find local events. You can find local events anywhere you are using Google. With your Google search, you can find local events and you can translate words to other languages. I'm going to do three things. I want, when I share the screen, I'll do 3 things. The 3 things is translate, find local events, and spelling. We say spelling doesn't necessarily matter. So how we will practicalize the next 3: spelling, finding events, and translating words to other languages. So let's share our slide, our Google page slide right away. So let's start with finding local events. You can just say events in Lagos. Events in Lagos. You can see options like, is it this month, free, 2024, tomorrow, today, weekend, and all of this. It will now give you sites like Eventbrite, Instagram, and other websites that will give you events in Lagos. I can decide to search by weekend, events in Lagos this weekend. I will get all those things. That means you can search for events on your Google. Then let's look at finding, okay, we said spelling doesn't matter. What should I spell now? Okay. Where is Kaduna? I want to spell Kaduna better. I have misspelled it. Let's see if Google can tell us. Let's see if we can. Have you seen? Google is telling us that it's showing us results for where is Kaduna located. Did you notice that I misspelled some words? That means that spellings doesn't necessarily matter when you're talking about Google search. Okay, that's another trick. You don't need to get it perfect on spelling. Now, the next trick is translate. Let us say, I speak Ibibio. I speak Ibibio. So let us say port in Ibibio. I can see Ibibio language. You see, they said Abang port. That means another thing you can learn with Google is translation. You can learn some languages. You can learn translation of words. Okay? Let us say school in Hausa. School, makaranta. Have you seen? Very sweet. Now let us do this.
School. School.
It will help you to pronounce. Okay? Now let us try market in Yoruba. I hope I'll pronounce it well. Oja. Oja, market. That means you can do a whole lot with your Google. So let's take the next 3 again on our slides. Okay? We are still coming back to practice more. Let's take the next 3 on our slide. We've talked about translating words to other languages. You can get word definitions and etymologies. You can get definitions and etymologies of words. You can track the status of a flight. You you can get customer support information. Now, let us practice this. We just outlined 3. You can get word definitions and etymologies. You can track the status of a flight. You can get customer support information. So let's get to our slides. Our Google page. Okay. Now, you say you can define anything. Define academy. Define academy. You've seen it defining academy. You can even get the pronunciation.
Academy. Academy. Academy.
Academy. Academy. Academy. Okay, it teaches you pronounce, gives you the definition. Now let us see etymology. Okay, you see talking.
Academy.
Etymology is about the origin, the background, the foundation of that word. With your Google, you can get all of that. You can get the foundation, the origin of words. You can get the definition, and then you can track flight status. Just input your flight or a particular flight details. Okay, you'll be able to track its status at a particular time. Now, another thing we talked about is customer support. Find customer support. Let us say customer care. If you notice, I am purposely putting in wrong spellings to see if Google can help us out. Let's say customer care for First Bank. I'm not even done. If you notice, I'm even making wrong spellings, but see, it's already bringing it out. That means spellings doesn't really matter when you're dealing with Google. You can see customer care. So with Google, you can get customer support information at any time. Let me say customer care for seller.co. It has given us customer care for seller. It's customer care for Transcorp, Hilton, Abuja. Okay, it's already outlining the customer care. Now let's go back to our slide. Let's see more things you can do. You can get the time for anywhere in the world. You can get the time for anywhere in the world. That's number 14. Number 15, you can get the current weather. Okay, or weather forecast. Even sunset and sunrise, you can identify it. You can get it via Google. You can find a specific file. Are you looking for PDF? Are you looking for Word documents? You can do that with your Google. And also, you can use descriptive words while making your search, your Google search. So let's take the practicals fast together. Let's practicalize it right away. Let's say time for anywhere in the world. Time for anywhere in the world. You know, sometimes you need to know, okay, what's the time now in US? What's the time right now at Ghana? Please hold on while I come up with that. Time for anywhere in the world. Now, if you want to know the current time for another city, you know, search for time in that city. Okay? So we are going to try something. Toronto to Denver time. Let's put it up here. Toronto to Denver time. That means saying that Toronto, Canada is 2 hours ahead of Denver. That means 14:32 on Friday in Toronto is 12:32 in Denver. Let us say Lagos to Dubai time. Dubai is 3 hours ahead of Lagos. 19:32 to 20 in Lagos time is 22:33. You can try Ilorin to Cameroon time. He says there's no difference between Ilorin and Cameroon timing. That's absolutely interesting. So we've learned that we can also check weather. Weather, just type weather. Maybe Uyo. This is the current weather in Uyo right now. 26 degrees Celsius. Okay, it's been a rainy day. Now let us check weather Sokoto. This is the temperature right now. This is the weather condition at Sokoto at the moment. So this gives you a very, very interesting. You can search weather at Sokoto yesterday. This will take us to more detailed platforms. You can even check sunsets and sunrise. Sunsets, Makurdi. Sunset Makurdi today. Okay, 18, that is 6:43. Let's say sunset Adamawa. Okay, let's say Yola. Okay, about the same time. Calabar. Almost the same time. We can check sunrise. It will give us sunrise for tomorrow, the timing. 6:23 at Calabar. Let's check Makurdi. (6:19). Let's check Kaduna. 6:20. Let's check Maiduguri. 5:56. We've talked a whole lot. You can be very descriptive. We talked about searching and being specific with the file type. Let us say you're looking for PDF files, maybe how to make money online. Just put the PDF. It's going to bring up all these are PDF files, 74 ways to make money online, this and that. I can say PowerPoint. Just input the form, listen. It will bring up PowerPoint slides on that. Okay, let's look at our slide again. You can use descriptive words in your search. The next one is you can find your Android phone with your Google. Find your Android. You can find your Android phone with your Google. You can find your Android phones with your Google. You can also set a timer or stopwatch. You can find your time, set a timer or stopwatch. You can filter Google search by type of information. You can filter Google search by type of information. You can filter by published dates. You can filter by image type. We are going to look at it all together. That's number 22. And you can filter even video by duration. Filter videos by duration and quality. Okay? Then you can only show Google search from specific sites. Show Google search from a specific website. Let me take number 25. You can drag and drop a URL to bookmark a tab. I hope we are having value. Are we having value, good people? Please put in the chat box value. If you're having value, put in the chat box value. Now, let's get back to the practicals. And before then, let's take a break, water break. We are back to our practical session. So let's take up the practical session right away. Coming, let's go to our page. All right, let's take them one after the other. Let's take them one after the other. You can find your Android. Android, how do we find our Android? With Google. Now, if you can't find your Android phone, just enter find my phone in the search bar, okay? And click and just enter. So just type find my device, Google. Now, the first result is going to allow you to locate your phone. With this, you can make it ring. If you believe it's been lost or stolen, you can also secure your device or erase all content directly from Google. That's another interesting thing. So let me try, let us try it together. Find my device. Find my device. Enter. Find my device. It's already telling me to select which of my device I'm talking about. Is it my Techno Camon or is it the iPad? Okay. Now, that means with your Google, you can locate your phones. You can even turn it off. You can erase it. Assuming it is stolen, it is lost, you can find it. Okay. Just click find my device, Google, and you'll be surprised to see your phone, to see your device. All right. Now, the next option was, it says set a timer or stop work. How do you set a timer? Let us set a timer. Now, if you need to set a timer, to make sure you don't burn, your food, what do? Just set timer for this in the set bar. Or you can also set up a stopwatch. So let's practicalize it, good people. Just say set timer for this. So let's say set timer for 30 seconds. Our timer has started. I believe you can see the time. I believe you can see it. We set a timer for, you can set it for 35 minutes and all of that. So let's see what's gonna be the outcome of our timer. Can you imagine? Our timer is up and working. You can now click OK. You can also set a stopwatch. Let us say we start. A stopwatch is already. So with Google, you can also set a stopwatch. Use it as a stopwatch for your activities. I believe you are having fun. We are having fun. We said, what was the next one now? We said you can filter by, let me see. You can filter Google search by type of information. Now let us look at this, our Google search by type. You can see here all, you can see videos, you can filter your search by videos that you're looking for, just videos. You can filter by images. I believe you can see this. You can filter by news. You can filter by books. You can filter by maps. The same topic. That means you can filter your search. This is interesting. We are filtering by maps right now. You can filter by web. You can click on more. You filter by finance. Then there's an option here, tools. You can also click on tools. It will help to filter your job or your searches. I believe we are having value. Let's get back to our slide. Let's look at more you can do. You can find only exact match search results with your Google. You can find only exact match search results with your Google. You can use Google's advanced search pages. You can also conduct a reverse image search with your Google. You can conduct a reverse image search. Some of these things, if I don't give the practicals that much, just go online, just go to Google again and ask, how do I conduct a reverse image search? And you will get your results. You can pick up where you left off in your search history. You can pick up where you left off in your search history. We'll come to that. And then you can view similar websites. You can view similar websites on with your Google. Let's look at other options. We have exceeded our 20, but because you're so special, we are doing more. Good people. You can create keyboard shortcuts in Google Chrome for searches you conduct frequently. You can create keyboard shortcuts in Google for searches you conduct frequently. Then you can use quotes. How do we use quotes? We are going to practicalize this. You can use quotes. You can use hyphen to exclude words. We are going to practicalize using quotes and hyphen. You can use quotes and you can use a hyphen to exclude words. Let me share our page. You can use quotes and you can use hyphen. Just hold on while we search. I believe you can see our screen. Now, you can use hyphen before a word or a site to exclude it from your search results. So let us say, let me share our all right. Now let us practicalize how we can do that with a hyphen. Now, if I search for books, I could just say books. See what will come up. A whole lot will come up. Google Books, Wikipedia, and all of that. But if I search books, finance, there's a hyphen, finance. Can you see that it's giving me strictly finance books? Okay? I can say books, food. But because I imputed hyphen, it's going to give me specific things based on that my hyphen, specific books. I can say sports. If I just say sports, this is going to give me so much information about sports, you know, BBC and all of that, top stories about sports. But if I say sports, cricket, it's going to restrict my search to only cricket instead of just the whole thing about sports. Now let's go back to, we will soon round up our class. Let's go back to our slide. We are back to our slides. We are back to us. Let's look at the remaining things we can do with our Google. 2 minutes. You can, like we said, you can use a hyphen to exclude words. You can use colon to search specific sites. You can find a page that links to another page with your Google. You can find sites that are similar to other sites still with your Google. We talked about this earlier. You can use it to do your mathematics. And you can search for multiple words at once. Please take your time, then keep it simple. Keep it simple. Use important words only. Use important words only. And thank you, good people. I believe we've had an amazing time together. I look forward to having you in our next class. It's going to be more interesting, more engaging. Call your friends, call your loved ones as we have more time together learning. Thank you for your time. I appreciate every one of you. And I look forward to seeing you do great things with Google. You're doing great things, great achievements with Google. Thank you. Do have a blessed day, awesome people. Bye-bye.